in memory of Emmett Till, who I'm visualizing right now. His face battered, beaten, mutilated by hatred. In memory of Emmett Till's mother, who had the casket to be left open so that the whole world could see what hatred can produce, so that we might not ever forget, so that we might learn a lesson about what comes from irresponsible people who appeal to the fear and the hatred of others, of weak-minded people. In memory of Rosewood, in memory of every life that was lost racially based upon false allegations, I proceed with this video. I'm going to talk about this situation with Amanda Duarte, somebody who up until today I didn't even know existed. You guys probably don't know who this person is either. However, Amanda Duarte is an actor, writer, so-called comedian, although I see nothing funny about anything that she's saying based upon what we see here. But Amanda Duarte sent out a tweet because she was mad about the Roe versus Wade situation. And we're going to get into this, guys. I'm going to give you my opinion on this because in memory of all of those things that I talked about, somebody needs to speak up and say that this crap is not right. It's going on long enough. We need to start challenging each other to stop this nonsense, because it's destructive, not just to black people, but to everyone. And I'm going to talk about that. This is the gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. And yes, like I said, this Amanda Duarte person, writer, actor, so-called comedian, took to Twitter to express her frustration on the whole Roe versus Wade conversation and the fear that she has that it could be overturned, okay? So, what do liberals do when they feel like they're threatened? Why, they show their true colors the same as they always do, okay? So, let's get into what Amanda Duarte, a blue check mark, shocker, tweeted. She says, and this was just yesterday, I do wonder how these white supremacist lawmakers would feel if their little white daughters were raped and impregnated by black men. Okay? That's the tweet. That's it. I do wonder how these white supremacist lawmakers would feel if their little white daughters were raped and impregnated by black men. Okay, now there's a couple of things going on here that I want to point out, okay? The obvious is that she's playing into the irrational fear or belief that black men, such as myself, such as what my son will be when he grows up, just have this desire to prey upon innocent white daughters. Okay? This is a very old stereotype that's been out there since going way back to the Birth of a Nation film. All right? Going way back to the Ku Klux Klan. I mean, that's what that was all about. You don't want these evil black men who can't control themselves and their desires, these savages, their animals, to come around your daughters because they'll violate them. They'll do all of these things. They deserve to be killed. That plays into that age-old belief that put so many lives in danger, that put so many nooses around necks and put them in markless graves all over this country, stained with that blood. But she has no problem. A so-called liberal, someone who says that she's on your side, no problem putting it out there that way. And then there's the other side of it. The other side of it is you might want to get an abortion if you're impregnated by a black man. She's also saying that would be your worst nightmare. It's not bad enough that these people might have been violated, these poor white daughters. They got violated. They got raped but they got raped, period. It's not enough that they got raped, but even worse, they got raped by black men and impregnated. The worst thing that you can imagine, she's carrying a black child. You would think that any child that was conceived through rape is something that would be traumatic enough, but no, she took it one step further. Imagine if it were by black men, not just one, but a group. And then she wants to turn around, guys. Of course, like I said before, what do liberals do when they get their ass put to the fire? Oh, they become pathetic. They become pitiful. Now here comes the apology. Okay, and here it is, because first she deleted her account like the coward that she is. All right, but actually she probably should have, because if you ask me, you outed yourself. Now you need to take yourself away from here. I'm not saying anyone should be canceled. I'm just saying you should have it in yourself. I know that if I said some shit that was out of line and I knew that it was wrong, I would want to fall back and learn about me, if that wasn't who I wanted to be. All right. But she came back, of course, because these people are narcissistic and they can't live with themselves. So let's see what she had to say with her pathetic apology. This is Amanda Duarte. Blue check mark. I said something insanely awful and stupid on Twitter last night. The intent does not matter, so I will not attempt to defend or explain it. No, you're wrong. The intent does matter. Intention is everything. Okay, so why don't you tell us, Amanda, what you were intending when you made that tweet? What were you intending to express? Oh, it was exactly what you expressed. That's what it was. You don't get to just say now it's not important, but that's what she's saying because she's a spineless coward. So she goes on. It was racist and has had racist impact. I'm terribly sorry to anyone and everyone who read it and who were hurt by it. I deleted my account briefly because I wasn't sure of the right thing to do, and I knew that it wasn't and it isn't to try to answer for what I said. I know a lot of people are angry. Oh, you think? And they're looking to tell me why. So I'm reactivating it because I think that it is important. Well, as long as you think it's important, Amanda. Moving on. She says, please know that I am deeply, deeply sorry. And if there's anything I can do to repair the damage of this, please do let me know. Thank you. Okay. All right. You want me to let you know what you can do to repair the damage. Okay. You can take yourself, go back to people like you, and you can die. That's what you can do. Okay. I'm not trying to kill anybody. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your way of thinking, your way of being, the way that you express yourself needs to die. Okay? It needs to perish. It needs to be out of here. That's what I'm talking about. Go away, in other words. All right? That's what I'm saying. No personal threat, nothing like that. Don't try to twist it around to suit your little dark fantasy, because that's what it sounds like to me anyway. You got some little fantasy, Amanda. And you just put it out there for everybody. This is what you get off on when you touch yourself. Maybe that's what you think about, getting impregnated by black men. All right? But black men have already suffered enough from this. Black people have already suffered enough. And you people, you liberals, want to sit around and you want to wonder. You want to wonder why black kids have the problems that they have. Why do they have the self-esteem problems that they have? Why do black people kill each other? It's because things like this are conditioned into our community. People take that into themselves and they believe all of this stuff. Well, I must be these things because this is what people say they are. This is what the world says that I am. Smokey, be quiet. Stop. No. You hear this, dog? Always when I get riled up, this is what happens. All right, so he went and just disrupted my whole flow. But anyway, I'm going to try to talk through it. You got black kids out here, right, who internalize that self-hate because their parents internalized that self-hate. Okay, basically what she's saying on one level is the worst thing that black people do is breed. Okay, you don't want to find yourself pregnant with a black baby. So that under those conditions and under the conditions of sexual violence and violation, then you would believe in abortion. Okay, that's basically the point that she's trying to make. Okay, so this is where we are. Okay, and this is what we have to put up with. This is the life that we have to lead every day. We have to deal with things like this when you turn on to social media. Why should that be? This is what I was talking about on the other video too. You know, how people, they think it's funny to keep posting videos of black people doing wrong, you know, and they don't realize how they're feeding into this evil, negative, just this whole aura that's out here now. They don't realize the negativity that this brings onto the world in general. Okay? And like I said before, there's a few different sides to this because you also put white people in fear. You know, if you're a white daughter, and you're young and impressionable and you see things like that, well, you're going to believe that too. And it gives rise to even more people like Amanda Duarte. Okay, so anyway, guys, Smokey over there just busted up my whole groove. So I'm going to move it on, okay? I'm going to let you guys get into the comment section and let me know how you feel about all of this. As always, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.